guys, a lot of kind of feast or famine plays on defense, big plays, sacks and interceptions, all that stuff, and also gave up some big plays. Just your thoughts on just kind of how things went today in that regard.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, feast or famine. We had a lot of mistakes, but we're very excited to get the win. We can clean up a lot of those things, but we had to continue to communicate, continue to get them in manageable third downs. I feel like they were having a lot of third and shorts, so continue to win early on in the downs. But as a group, we're very excited to win.
Yeah. Just like Bum said, we had a few of the transfer kids like Nudie, McLaughlin, JD Dominic. They both came in, made big plays and got turnovers, which is our goal, to get 2 turnovers at least every game. And like Bum said, we just got to win third down more. We got to get them back in first and second down. That way we can get better third down so they're easier for us to win.
Just to expound on that, Nudie, I mean, just with the transfers, Nudie, Jordan Dominic, Drew Sanders, Landon Jackson. I mean, how big of a boost has the transfer portal been to this team?
Man, they played great. They helped us out a lot today. They were the 2 that got turnovers. Nudie and Dominic, they both got turnovers, which helped us a lot. Nudie brings a lot of energy to our defensive back crew. Drew's a great player. He does what he's supposed to do every single play. I feel like we're like Bum said, we're very excited about this year because we know that we're going to only get better. It's only going to go up from here.
I mean, what did you see out of Brini when he had to come in there with Catalan going down? How did he do?
I mean, I feel like he did a great job. Stepping in for Cat is no easy duty. Cat makes a lot of plays for our defense. He's the leader. He's our captain. Brini came in. He did what he was supposed to do. He kept his eyes on his keys. We all had mistakes back there, which we're going to clean up. But I feel like he did a wonderful job for us.
Bumper, a similar question about Drew Sanders. What was it like your first game playing next to him?
Yeah, it was great. He's a little more quiet than Grant was, but he does his job. And like I saw, a few of the pass rush plays he made, got a sack. I feel like we did some good things today, but the potential is a lot higher. So we're very excited with the win, but we know that we can play a lot better. And I feel like everyone individually can work on something. But those guys did really good, and Drew had a great first game.
Yeah.
How much did the crowd help you on that third quarter inside the 5-yard line? Seemed like there was 4 straight penalties.
Yeah, that was huge. Whenever we got down there, Sim and I were trying to get everyone going. Like, hey, listen, lock in, get them to only have 3. The crowd got behind us. Place was rocking, super loud, very deafening. It's cool. It's a cool feeling whenever you get the fans going like that. So very important to have that crowd out there. Felt like that was one of the most important times whenever they did get rowdy.
Yeah, I felt like me and Bum didn't have to say much after that first penalty because you weren't gonna be able to hear us out there. No way. The crowd took over.
Both of you guys, I guess Dominic, he had a sack, then he fumbled and he recovered the fumble. That's kind of it's a big time play and set up a touchdown, stop their drive. Just what do you guys think of that play?
Yeah, I mean, starting out, he goes upfield, hits it with a spin move back inside, strips the ball out, picks it up. I mean, it was a textbook defensive end play. Just stuff like that is just going to be a part of our DNA this year, and it was just exciting to see that flash just on the first game.
Yeah, and I definitely expect that from him because there's times he'll dip an offensive lineman, get to the quarterback, he'll throw the ball, he running all the way to the sideline trying to make the tackle. So I just feel like that's something that's just a part of him. He goes until the play is over, and if the play's not over, he's going to keep going and keep going and keep going.
The pick that McLaughlin had, I mean, they're driving, looks like they might go up, and then instead he stops it and sets you guys up. How big a play was that?
Man, that was a game changer. I was ready to get off the field. They were driving. But it's a play that we watched in film. We do a lot of film study together, whether that's on our own with the coaches or after, just in the hotel room. I feel like we watched that play 100 times, and he's seen the play, he broke on it, and he set us up in a big position.
I know it's because Tom wrote it. It's the 5th time Arkansas has opened the season ranked against a ranked team. Had been 0-4. Now you guys are obviously 1-4. How big a win? I know you got a lot of tough games left. Yeah. Really challenging schedule, but to win a game of that magnitude to open the season when expectations are so high, loss could have been pretty deflating when you have to open this conference season. Just how big a win was that? And what do you think about jumping into conference play so quick?
It's very important. Like I said, whenever you can learn a lot of things from a win, it's obviously a huge thing, especially week one. Week ones, you really don't know what the team you're going to play. I mean, you have a general idea, a lot of things, but they have, a whole month to put something in, add something, new guys, new coordinator. So, it was, credit to our staff for getting us ready. But that, Cincinnati came out as a good team, and they're going to be very successful this year.
Yeah. And I feel like it's always good when you can be the team that was in the college football playoff. They're a great team. They lost a lot of talent, but they also still have a lot of talent on their team. I feel like that's just an energy booster for ourselves to know that we can play like we always can. We can play at a high level against good teams of that magnitude.
For you guys both, what was the conversation like when you realized you don't have Slush, you don't have Jalen, and what was the impact on the defense?
I mean, to us, it was just next man up. I mean, we practice, we do a lot of rotating. So I might be in there with Breeny at practice all the time. So it's not nothing new for me to play with Breeny. It was nothing new for me to be in there with Jaden Johnson at nickel. And I feel like Odom trains us for this. He cross trains a lot of different positions just in case we do get hurt like that. So I feel like we were very prepared for that.
Guys, you talked about the turnovers and what big plays they were, but what did it mean that your offense was able to turn both of them into touchdowns?
I mean, it's huge. Whenever we can turn the ball over and then they can capitalize on it, it's big for momentum. I also have to give a credit to our offense. 5 minutes left of the game or 4 minutes left of the game, they go down, bleed the clock. They had 2 timeouts. Just extremely, we work our 2-minute situations a ton every single day. And so to know that, our 4-minute offense was clicking on all cylinders, that's huge going into a season like we have with the opponents that we have.
Definitely. I love them for it because I hate going on punt because I'm on punt team. So they did their job, bled the clock out when they scored. I ain't have to go on punt. So I love them for it.
Simeon, 2-part question. How'd you shut them out in the first half? And then what they do in the second half to kind of open things up?
I mean, the first half, I feel like we came out with a lot of energy, a lot of juice. We were ready to play. The second half, I feel like we became a little lackadaisical. They were running the same plays. I feel like they didn't really do too much different. We watched a lot of film on them. They did a lot of the stuff that they did last year. I feel like it's just more of us being mentally strong enough to finish a game the way we started. We talked about starting fast a whole bunch, which we did, but now we just got to start fast and keep it for 4 quarters.
Same question, Barbara.
Yeah, I mean, like that was our first game since, last season. So, you don't realize that it's a 4-quarter game with the heat like it is. It's going to be a battle. You got to be able to play as good as you can in the first quarter as you are going to be in the fourth quarter. So just got to continue to find that energy and that spark in those second and third quarters when it's hot outside, continue to fight and grind. But, very proud of the whole team because it wasn't easy out there. It was a good team.
Definitely.
Sim, did you find yourself being more vocal after Catalan comes out? And did Breeny play his spot or did you move to his? How did things maybe change?
I still played my same spot. Breeny played Cat's spot. And I'm very vocal as it goes anyway, even with Cat out there. And I feel like I just love getting the team going, bringing that spark, bringing that energy to make them want to play harder and harder. So I feel like didn't nothing too much change with Cat. It's just he's a big loss because of how talented he is as a player.
Yeah, and also, a credit to Simeon all fall camp. He's been a very vocal leader for us. Stepped in, has been a great job. Done a great job, and very proud of him and excited for the season with him.
See me a quick follow-up with something you said earlier. You said McLeather had seen that play on film, and you said y'all have been doing extra film study. Is that you and him specifically, or the whole DB group?
Oh, that's the whole DB group. I usually text them if we got meetings at 2:30. We'll be in there at 2:00 just watching film as a DB group. Bump us to come in on our film sessions and talk about D block, this D block that. But that's just something that we do because you have to do the extra if you're going to be good, and if you want to be an elite team in this league, you have to do more than just when the coaches are around. You have to be able to watch film on your own, watch with your DB group. That's just something that's really a necessity.
Yep, for both guys, Trey Knox had 6 grabs, 75 yards, a couple of scores today. Did you guys, based on what you saw in the preseason, think that he could, put up those kind of numbers right away this year?
Definitely. I go against him all the time. I feel like I knew he was going to have a big game. Just as Landers and Hazelwood both had big games, they stepped in and they helped us out a lot. But Trey Knox, he works his butt off each and every day. And it was happy for me to see him be able to succeed after seeing him move from receiver to tight end, where he has to do a little bit more blocking, but he still has receiver skills. So we know that he's a mismatch for any team being a tight end.
What kind of concerns the deep ball? It seems like they took a lot of shots today.
They did take a lot of shots. They had some good receivers, some big receivers. They was pretty fast. I just feel like we started to lose focus we started to lose our technique. We started to lose the details, which we're going to work on. We just have to be able to compete for 4 quarters like we did in the first half. Because in the first half, it wasn't a problem. The second half, I feel like we just started to lose focus, start getting a little complacent. That's something that you cannot do.
Mentioned you guys have beaten 5 ranked teams. I got to double check that, but I assume Sam knows what he's talking about. Consider what you guys went through in the early part of your career. I mean, how big is that you're beating ranked teams now on a pretty regular basis?
Yeah, I mean, it's it's kind of a different feeling because we got to win today. In the past, a win would have meant the world, but for us, it's like we got so much to work on, and we're building for something greater. And we're very happy with the win today, but we're going to continue to work and continue to try to get better.
Yeah, just like Bum said, it used to be the world to us, but now we learn from the mistakes that we made and getting wins from ranked opponents because we feel like we can play with anybody in this conference, anybody in the world. So I feel like today was really a learning experience. We played a good game. We're excited about the win, but we know we can be so much better than what we showed today.
Good job, fellas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, KJ and Trey, you guys had some nice connections today, a couple touchdowns. Just I guess talk about finding each other. And Trey, I think last time you said you were in here, you said you thought you could make some money at tight end. I think you probably boosted that today, right?
Yes, sir. Just been working that chemistry, throwing, getting connected, talking about what we're thinking on every play that I have a route on. I'm trying to figure out what KJ's thinking about just so we can be on the same page. And I think that's what's helping us so far, and it's going to continue to help us.
Just being able to have a guy like Trey, you can actually trust Trey to be in the right spot, running the right route, and then just having the connection, like you said, just being able to think alike, be on the same page. So when the defense throws a different coverage at us, I know what he's thinking, he know what I'm thinking. So just being able to try to get the ball out of my hands and get it to him.
KJ, that 3rd and 9 on that last drive, you guys also that whole drive, y'all had it for 5 minutes and 49 seconds just to basically seal the win. And how big was that 14-yard run that you had on that 3rd and 9? Did you know you were keeping it the whole time?
I didn't actually, because I had Rocket underneath wide open too. But we practice those scenarios. Coach Pittman put us in different scenarios like that. So just being able to everybody just transition their mindset to 4-minute mode, 2-minute mode, just being able to just try to seal the win, kill a lot of clock, and just make sure you just get first down. I mean, that's the main thing. You get first down. Coach called timeout, so just try to hurry up and burn their timeout so we just win the game.
I guess maybe for KJ and Trey, the transfers, whether it was receivers or guys on defense, the kickoff guy, what y'all think of the impact of the transfers? And does that make you feel good that y'all brought in the right guys and they're fitting in well?
I do. I mean, just being able to have those guys come in and make an impact like they did for it being their first game as a Hog. So just being able to have a guy like that to come in. I mean, we welcome those guys in. They work just like we work. And also just having just those transfer guys just believe in the process, just come in with a mindset that we're going to work and grind it out and play our style of football.
Man, I'm just happy for those guys, man. I mean, they work just as hard as we do. And it's not easy, to go to a new place and, make new friends. It's not easy to do it whatsoever. And I just applaud those guys, man, because they really came in and they made us a better team. I mean, Terry Hampton, he was a force when he got in. Nudie had a pick. Dwight had a pick. Drew Sanders, is a monster. And I've said it many times, like those guys, I'm just glad that they're on my team.
With the catches and carries, you had 20 plus touches. Sam had indicated you were probably going to get a lot of work, and obviously Dominic's out right now. What do you think of the workload today? Maybe KJ, maybe you could talk about his game as well.
Yeah, it was actually good. I just want to give a shout out to the offensive line and then KJ as well. But it was good.
Just being able to have Rocket in the backfield and just tell them each and every play, like, trust yourself. I mean, it's going to be there. Just trust it. O-line going to do their job. You just make plays, play ball. I mean, don't try to go out there and be a robot. You know what I'm saying? Just being able to go out there, be yourself, have fun, compete at the same time. So that's all football is all about.
Rocket, what was that last drive like when y'all burned the last 549 all on the ground?
Oh, it felt good. We work on things like that in practice, so it was good.
Was that the mindset going in that drive that you didn't want to give it back? Or?
Yeah, definitely.
Guys, when you guys turned the ball over on the 3-yard line, what were the emotions like on the sideline when they kept getting called for penalties?
We had a neutral mindset. I mean, it happens. It's football. Mistakes are going to happen. So main thing is we don't want to start blaming people and pointing finger and divide. So I mean, the main thing, we all came together. We started encouraging each other. Everybody just came with the next play mindset, and we did roll back out there. We capitalized. So just neutral mindset.
What is the impact of winning a game like this and just this experience coming in game one, playing a team like that?
Just to show that, I mean, the program's still on the rise. I mean, we're headed in the right spot. As long as we keep buying into the process, keep trusting the process, staying together, encouraging each other, and just making our bond a lot stronger than what it is, and just keep being ourselves. That's the main thing, just being ourselves.
Man, I think we're headed in the right direction, as KJ said. I mean, we got, we still have things to clean up. I mean, we're not the best Razorback team we're going to be right now. And we know that, and we're trying to get better every day. And, if you get better every day, you never know what could happen. So.
Trey, Sam said after your second touchdown, you came off the field and he asked you if you were happy that you moved to tight end. I guess just what do you remember about that moment? He said it was a pretty special one for him.
Well, I told him, heck yes. I might have not said heck, but I don't remember. But I'm just excited, man. I told you, I've bought into playing tight end, and I think that it's a good move for me, and I'm just happy that I can help the team win.
Describe what you saw like on the jump pass from KJ and just coming down. It looked like kind of a contested catch.
Yeah, well, I ain't gonna lie. I couldn't find KJ when I turned back around, but I just seen the ball floating in the air. I was like, all right, how am I gonna catch this? I started backpedaling. I said, oh, I'm not close to it. So I just like kind of jumped backwards. I mean, I caught the ball, so the rest is history, boss.
KJ, I know a lot of fans were really excited to see Jaden Hazelwood. What did you think of the play that you made on that back shoulder throw that wound up as a touchdown?
He just made a play. I mean, we when I did bring him in motion, and I seen it was man, I basically told him like go in. So I mean, it was 1-on-1, one high safety. I just wanted to make sure I stabbed the safety, give him space to work and give a good ball. He made a play on the ball and resulted in a touchdown. So just being able to have guys like that can go up and make plays like he did today, it's just an advantage on our team.
What did you think about the block he made that kind of sprung you for your second touchdown?
Man, I mean, that was a great job. Just playing without the ball in his hands. And, a lot of guys, it's not second nature for them to do that, to play without the ball in their hands. And his first instinct was to turn around and block. And we practice those things. And we all, as a group, get yelled at for not finishing ball me man. That's what we say. And we always have to get in between our man and the ball, and he just did a great job doing it.
What did it mean for you to get 100 yards today? And then the magnitude of the game and beating a ranked team to open the season?
It was actually good. That's my second time. I feel like it was a couple things I could have fixed. And by watching film and getting ready for South Carolina, that's going to help me out with that. But it was a blessing to get 100 yards again. I got more to work on, of course.
KJ, they came out in the second half and scored with their opening drive, and it just seemed like it was kind of on at that point. You guys had to respond. What did you feel about the offensive mindset after Cincinnati finally scored and it became a game, you know?
I mean, that's football. I mean, that's why you live, eat, sleep, and breathe football. I mean, we know a good thing's gonna happen for them. I mean, they're not every you know what I'm saying. For our approach is just being able to go out there. I mean, things are gonna happen good for them. We just gotta bounce back and respond. Any given moment, we gotta respond. Defense had our back majority of the game, and we just wanted to pay our respects to them and have their back in certain situations of the game.
Rocket and Trey, I know KJ's probably not going to talk about himself. Talk about his calm when you need a touchdown. What he brings to the team as far as when you're out there. It seems like every occasion he meets. So what's it like in the huddle and the confidence you have in him?
I'll say it definitely opened up the run game for me. I definitely say that. So that helped me out and helped the running back room out and the receivers as well.
Just that experience, man. I mean, he's been in situations before, and he knows how to handle himself and handle the whole offense. And just going back to, we think alike, so I know like what he's thinking, and I know if he pulls the ball that he's gonna run right behind me. Just those kind of things, and it just makes playing so much easier.
We got to see a little bit out of Rashad Dominion today. Just what did you think of him, and what's your relationship with him like?
We actually tight. That whole room tight. Before the game started, I said, relax. Wait for your time to come, and he was prepared. And then in practice, he showed out in practice as well. And I feel like you show out in practice, gonna show in the game. But our connection is great.
Having been, a freshman last year yourself and getting to make a pretty big impact in the running back room, just what do you think it means for him to have, been able to get those carries today early on?
It was actually good to be out there and see how I feel, definitely with the crowd. With that, I feel like with me telling him, or with him watching me in front of him, with AJ as well, the room in general, I feel like that's going to push him to keep going.
How big was it that after y'all did turn it over inside the 5, that the defense was able to hold them to a field goal? And what was it like experiencing just the atmosphere, how loud it got and everything?
Man, I mean, those guys, they weren't going to let them score. I knew that. I wasn't worried about a thing. Those guys play with the tenacity that I've never seen before, and they're not going to give you a single inch. And, they had to bow up. And they did, and I knew it was going to happen. I mean, the stadium got so rowdy. I was talking on the phone actually to Coach Loggins. I couldn't even hear what he was saying, and the phone was on my ear. So I knew that the place was rocking, and I knew we were going to get a stop.
Trey, you've obviously been here a while and been through some bad times and now some good times. Sam was mentioned this is a 5th-ranked team you guys have beaten. I mean, how big is that it's not like the fans don't storm the field and stuff, that they expected to win?
Yeah, and it's a good feeling, not to really upset people anymore. Like, we're in games and we can play with everybody. There is no upsets. We expect to win every game, and our fans expect us to win every game, and that's what we like to see. We know we can play with anybody in the country, and we just got to go out there and show it.
Hey, Coach Pitt was just in here, and he feels like when the game's on the line, that's not really a word in the world with the ball in your hands. Do you get the same sense from the fan base as well that they have a trust in you at this point in your career?
I do. I mean, just from the past experience that I've had and just the games that we've had, clear situations, the ball's always in my hand. I mean, so just being able to just go out there and just take pride in it. I mean, that's something I don't take lightly. And just knowing that if we need a first down and it's 4th and 1, I mean, I'm going to make sure I get the first down and keep the drive going, keep the crowd into it, make sure I put my teammates in the best position to win.
Guys, great job.
Appreciate y'all.